Raina, welcome to another week at Reflect with Raina. Hope you guys are doing great. Let's just jump right into some devotional and inspirational messages from the past couple of days. And we're going to be starting off with application accepted. And here, guys, in life, for a lot of things that we have to do, an application is required. College admittance or credit card, a job, etc. And we put our best qualities on paper and we tweak out our weaknesses, right? And we hope for an approval. But many times we know we could get a rejection or a denial as well. The scripture today is coming from Ephesians 1 verses 4. And we're reminded here that with God, we don't need an application. Our acceptance has already been promised. We have already been approved, right? There is no credit flaw. There is no failing grade, no past default that could come against us being accepted into his family. Our past does not dictate whether we get accepted into his family or not. Our present sin, none of that can separate us from his love. You cast everything upon him and have faith. You are accepted and abundantly loved. Love like he does is our next devotion, and that scripture is 1 John 4 verses 19, and this is what it says. We love because he first loved us. So we have the commandment, God's greatest commandments are to love him and to love one another. Loving him could become easy. It could be easy, right? After all, he's God. He's patient and he's loving to us. The second part, though, of his commandment can be difficult because it means loving your intrusive neighbor, or your offensive cousins, or rude cashier at the grocery store. The list goes on and on and on. But loving one another is only possible when we love like him. When we love out of humanity, the sin gets in the way. So let us try to love like Christ has loved us. That way, we can love people in spite of. Because remember, we represent Jesus Christ to the world through love. So let's start loving each other today. Unexpected generosity is our next devotion, and the scripture is Romans 5 verses 2. And here we're given an example, like if you at a drive-through, like a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks, and when you get to the cashier, you're told that your order has been paid. And that order has been paid by the driver that was ahead of you. That's an example of unexpected generosity. And hopefully in turn you pay forward for the driver behind you. You pass that generosity on to someone else. And for example, the examples through the drive-through are small provisions of examples of unexpected generosity. Others are subtle or just unseen altogether. But he is working with God's love, and when we do, we're able to give a generous portion of us to others, and likewise bless someone else. So we're going to move on to some inspirational messages, and we're going to begin with you are extraordinary. And this is a couple of reasons why you are extraordinary. You have to accept this, okay? In spite of what makes you different and because of what makes you different. Do not adapt to something to become who others want you to be. You will evolve, stretch, and grow as you are. You are extraordinary. In spite of all else, you're exactly who you're supposed to be. Extraordinarily, genuinely you. Do not be afraid of your don't fear is our next inspirational message. Do not be afraid of your fears. They are simply there to show you what matters most to you. Be courageous again. Be courageous enough to be yourself. If you're courageous enough to be yourself in a world filled with expectations of others, you will live a life with more joy, pleasure, and contentment. And a lot of less regret. So this is it. So I could just tell you personally, of course we all have fear, and I've never been one to live my life as others expect my life to be lived. I've always challenged myself to do everything opposite than what was expected. And if that is you today, and even sometimes just stepping out in your truth, that could be very difficult. So if there is something that you've wanted to do, or if you're someone today that's pleasing others, just stop. Just stop, and you will notice that once you step into your truth, it will be so much easier to live your life and not need to apologize for it. So take that challenge this week, step into that life, because there is no one else that's going to be like you. No one else is like me. I'm unique and I'm perfect in myself, in the way I am. And as long as you know this and you could tell yourself this truth, no one else needs to tell you this, just you. So if you are new to this video and have never yet subscribed to my channel, hopefully you are inspired. And if you would like to see more videos like this, press subscribe, like, comment, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay blessed, guys. Bye.